Alright, y'all. This is going to be a review on my Remington 870 Express Magnum. I've had this gun for a very, 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 very long time. This is my first gun I've ever had. Well, my first legal gun. I've had others that my grandpa gave to me and whatnot, and when I bought this for, hell, I want to say I think I paid $320 for it. I was working a first job. I was single. I just got my FOID back. Well, for the state of Illinois, you gotta have a card through the state police, basically saying that you can own a gun. I don't agree with it, but that's what I had to do in order to be legal in this state. I think it's bullshit, but it's just what it is. This right here is the choke tool that I got. I don't know if the newer ones are different than this, but this is what I got. I bought this right around 2012, and I'm assuming this was made in 2008. So it's not that old. It didn't sit on a shelf for very long before I picked it up. And the choke that I'm pretty sure that came with it is a Remington modified choke, which it's really smart for Remington to include a modified choke, because it's the one choke that you can shoot anything out of and it'll give you the best of all across the board. Whereas if I were, what I have in it now is an improved cylinder choke, and the reason why I have that in there is so that way I can shoot I could shoot buckshot and stuff out of this, and slugs and just about everything. Just about anything I want to out of this. Just about with that improved cylinder. Then I've got my rifled choke. So it'll focus. My rifled choke. And let's see. That's what they look like. That's kind of cool how they got all that to cut and do all that with the landing groove. This is pretty cool. This right here, with slugs in this, with this in here, puts a spin on it, real hard spin on it, the last few inches. And I mean, it makes it to where you can really nail some shit. And then right here, this is what I take when I go out turkey hunting. This is a come on, focus. Remington full steel choke. Oh, steel or lead. There we go. Steel or lead, and you can see it's quite a bit thicker. Like up here is thick, but down here is the same, just the same as all the others. The specs on this gun, it'll hold 5 total, 4 in the tube, 1 in the chamber, make 5. But that's only if you take the plug out. Like to take the plug out, you got let me put this up here. You gotta twist this cap off, twist it off, then you got a thing you gotta push in, and then you gotta twist that to line it up on a notch, and then you gotta let it out, and then you pull that plastic piece off, and then you can remove your plunger. Then you put the plastic piece back on your spring, line it up, push it in, twist it, and then screw your cap back on. So yeah, that's about it. I mean, I don't know how many times I've shot this gun. I'm gonna say on a real nice, easy scale that, I mean, it's a pump shotgun, so it didn't really need like a break-in period or anything. So it's kind of hard to say because I mean it just works. It's just like the Mossberg 590s. I've got another one of them that I got one of them that I got to do a review on, put it up here, give my opinion and whatnot in the little YouTube community pool. But I more so wanted to post this for people that are looking into buying a shotgun or looking into getting something. And my number one thing that I'm going to say to get, I'm not brand locked, but I do like brands that have really good reputations, like Remington, Winchester, or Remington, like your Browning shotguns, your Winchesters, Stoger, shit that works. I mean, I'm not going to blow my money on something that don't work. But your top 3 things to consider when buying a shotgun, well, I'll throw in 4. Number one that most people consider when buying a shotgun is the price. $320 is what I spent back in 2012. Not that big of a deal. Not very expensive. I think they're about $350, $360 now. Another thing to consider: get one with a field barrel, and the reason for that is because you can shoot birds. You can still use it for home defense. I mean, having a super short barrel doesn't mean shit. You lose velocity, you lose power. Get you one with a long barrel and go out and chronograph some buckshot versus an 18-inch barrel. I mean, they're moving considerably differently. I need to make a video of it, post it on here, put it up here. But another reason why I'm saying get a long barrel is so that way you can shoot anything through it. I mean, get one with removable chokes. Removable chokes is like freaking, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, I would have to change out barrels if I didn't have a removable choke. I'd have to change out different barrels. I'd have to, instead of spending, well, I think it was like $29 for 2 chokes, and then this one I got for like $6 because somebody didn't want it. And I was like, I will take that from you. They were like, how much do you want for it? And they wanted 10, and I was like, I got $6 in my pocket. I'll give it to you right now. And I walked out with a used rifled choke from a pawn shop, which I think I came out like a freaking steal because it looks brand new. Like, I've only used it a majority of the time when I go out coyote hunting or deer hunting. And I don't really think there's much anything else to go over on this. Oh. Let's see, I covered price, get a long barrel, get removable chokes, and the 4th one. Okay, the 4th one, what I want to talk about is some people, when they get a shotgun, their biggest concern is being able to, how can I say this, be the most tactical person, or whether you're the classic guy who, like me, who likes traditional stuff and tactical stuff. This right here, I think, fills the role for a lot of people because it doesn't take much to turn this into a tactical shotgun, or leave it alone and it's a normal hunting shotgun. I mean, to me, a shotgun is a shotgun is a shotgun. So, but there are people out there that like the synthetic 4N, synthetic stock, short 18-inch barrel. And if you live in a more free state than I do, you put in your tax, you pay a tax stamp, and then you send it off, and you can get like a 14-inch barrel. And don't ask me how I know that right there is 14 inches. because I've measured it out, and I've debated on if I moved to a better state. I've debated on, that'd be pretty cool having it like that. But I mean, now they got a new shotgun that, hell, the damn barrel's like right there at 14 inches, and it's the the Remington TAC 14. I'm thinking about buying that. I'm thinking about trading off my Glock 22, that's a Gen 4, just to go out and get a TAC 14 or the Shockwave. I like the Shockwave design better because it has something that wraps around your hand. Because people that don't have a strong grip or strong enough grip, it will screw up your hand. Like your hand could come off, and then you could pull the trigger and blow your whole freaking hand off. There's just a video on that on YouTube floating around. Not of somebody getting hurt, but of just why you... Pretty much the guy was bashing the TAC 14. But in my opinion, the TAC 14 looks badass. The Mossberg is the original fucking nut kicker to the fucking ATF. And it will always be that way, no matter how much Remington tries to copy their moves and stuff that Mossberg does. But Chiappa makes a lever action thing that is cool as shit. And I found out about it, and it's like a Terminator gun. There's a lever action. I'm thinking about buying one or getting one on loan just to review it on the channel because they're cool as shit. And if I like it, I'm going to buy it. But it's called a PW87. This is the cheap ones that I can find around here because buying like a Chiappa or a few other, I think there's only two other brands, the Italian ones, and then there's the Chiappa or Chiappa, however the hell it's pronounced, but those are like $1,000, and I'm not going to buy an original and trash it just because, I'm not going to do that. I'll buy something brand new or get something new, so that way it has the best possible chance of working flawlessly, looking good, and making me happy because I'm shooting a brand new gun. But this is my review of my 870 Express Magnum. Oh, and another thing, if your deal says Express Magnum, your receiver is capable of doing 3-inch, not 3.5, but 3-inch. And how to tell that on your barrel? It's because you can put a barrel on here that's only good for 2 3/4. You'll have a 3. Okay, for your 3-inch chamber. All these little signs are proof marks. Right there. Those are proof marks for the barrel. And you got your 3-inch. Now, if it were a 2 3/4 only barrel, it will say 2 3/4. And heck, it even says it right here. Come on. Focus. 12 gauge. Use 2 3/4 or 3-inch shells in Magnum receivers. This is a Magnum receiver. Come on. I wish this thing would focus. There we go. Only use 2 3/4 in all others. So what that basically means is just a summed up way. Your Express Magnum will take 3-inch shells. Anything that has a Magnum on it will take 3-inch. Anything that doesn't say Magnum is only 2 3/4. Now, if you can get a Magnum receiver, but you have a barrel that's only 2 3/4, and you got to watch that, especially if you're like me, you buy guns from pawn shops. It could say that, but it's only 2 3/4. You got to be careful because you can blow up that gun. That's too much pressure on that barrel for the throat and the actual barrel. the thickness is probably off and whatnot. And now I feel like I'm ranting on, so I'm gonna get off of here, and my next video that I'm gonna upload is hopefully when all my friends get here. We're all gonna go out shooting, and I can post part 2 of my Marlin Model 60 shoot. So have a good day, y'all. Bye.